All right, welcome back. So this video is a little bit different than the ones I've been doing. And I wanted to make this video because I think it's something that is important to talk about and think about, because as investors in Greyscale, you guys have the potential, if things go well, like we expect, to make a ton of money. And in many cases, it's going to be a lot more money than what you're used to. We got a little wind here. It should die down in a minute. But, you know, when you come into a bunch of money that you're not used to, very quickly, it can cause some problems. And an example of this is like when people win the lottery, the lotto winners, right? A lot of them end up going bust. They declare bankruptcy because they don't know how to manage money, don't know how to spend it, don't know how to invest it. And I just wanted to talk about some of these things because I think a lot of you are going to come into a lot of money potentially. And it's probably a lot more money than, like I said, than what you've been used to. I just want you to think about some things. Now, the first time that I had the potential of coming into a lot of money, I didn't have any money, but I was approached. Somebody wanted to buy out my company even before I had a company. It was just a project, you know, and they offered me like a couple $1 million for it. And I was thinking about it, thinking about selling out. I ended up not doing it, but while I was thinking about it, I was thinking about all the ways I could spend the money, right? Buying some land, building a house, doing blah, 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 blah. And I'm kind of glad I turned down the buyout offer because I probably wouldn't have spent the money the wisest way. I know better now how to invest money, how to spend it, you know, and not just blow it all. But I probably, you know, when I was younger, I would have made some mistakes. So I just want to talk about some ideas, some things. And obviously you can do whatever the hell you want with the money that you win. Those are your winnings, your profits. You can do as you please. But just some things to keep in mind, okay? So one thing that I think is very important to do is to reserve a part of your profits for reinvestment into the next crypto bull run, if that's what you want to do. You know, into either Greyscale trusts or ETFs or native cryptocurrency, whatever. I think it's important to do that. And the wind is picking up here. Hopefully the audio is okay. It's like I don't know if we're going to get some rain here or what's going on. But I would save some money to reinvest into the next bull run. And the best time to do that, like I've said in the past videos that I put out, is usually, it typically has been about a year after the crash. So I would highly advise that you reserve some money to invest back into the crypto bull run. Second thing that I would suggest you do is that you do something nice for yourself, because you have to celebrate the fact that you had a major win. And what that looks like, what that involves, is up to you, right? It might mean that you go on vacation, maybe buy a new car, maybe it's paying off debt. Do something nice for yourself that feels good, okay? Do that. Definitely have to do that. But then also, you want to make sure that you are reserving enough for investments, wise investments, whatever they are in, whether it's in real estate, land, metals, commodities, ETF stocks, whatever you want to go into. Make sure that you're allocating enough to investments. And like I said, part of those investments are related to going into crypto winter investments for the next bull run, into Greyscale trusts, ETFs, or native cryptocurrencies. So think about that. But start to think about how you would spend your money and just kind of do some spitball calculations as to like what you think your profits might be, you know, and obviously we don't know for sure, nothing's guaranteed, but do some high level calculations of what your potential profits could be. And then with those, you know, prospective calculations, just kind of figure out how you would divvy up that money, how you would allocate those profits. Like, what would you do with it? What percentage would you allocate towards doing nice things for yourself, like going on vacation or buying a new car or whatever? And what percentage would you allocate towards crypto investments for the next bull run? What percentage would you allocate towards stock and ETF investments, like in dividend stocks or ETFs or index funds or whatever? You know, think about that kind of stuff. But the reason this is important is if you do not take the time to think about it now, you're more likely to make rash decisions when you come upon money. When you find it, sitting there in your brokerage account, you're gonna naturally have this tendency to want to spend it, because especially if it's like a bunch of money that you're not used to, you've had all these things in your life that you've been thinking about, that you want, like that you wanted to do, that you wanted to have, and now a lot of these things might be within your grasp, right, with the money that you have. And so you have to be really careful and think about stuff, otherwise you can make some decisions that you might regret later. And we all make decisions that we regret in terms of like how we spend our money, how we invest, all that kind of stuff. We do. But what you want to do is minimize the best you can regrets. Minimize regrets and do as many things as you can that you think could be beneficial, right? So do that. So sudden wealth syndrome is real. You can search Google for this, sudden wealth syndrome, and just kind of read about it. And you can read the stories of, like I said, of, it's not just lotto winners, it's celebrities, it's athletes, it's actors, it's musicians who came upon a lot of money in their career, made a lot of money, and then lost it all because they didn't know how to invest. They made unwise decisions with their money, and you don't want to be in that situation. You want to make wise decisions with your money. Okay, so do the work in advance to kind of plan things out. That way, when it comes time, when you've actually made profits, hopefully you're taking profits. Like I've said before, like you don't make a profit unless you sell. So hopefully you sell, right? And you get some good winnings. Is that you got a plan basically to use, to reference, to execute upon, and to deploy your capital in ways that are meaningful and purposeful and will benefit you in the long run, right? So, and these could be anything, like buying a new house, for example. If you make a lot of money, you might want to buy a new house, move to a new neighborhood, new suburb, new whatever, and that can really benefit you in the long run. If that move of residence is really beneficial, it could be really beneficial. Same way with getting a new car. Now, getting a Lamborghini is not really necessary, but it could be that you have a beater car right now and that you get a new Jeep or a new Tesla or a new Audi or a new whatever that would really benefit you and that would enhance your quality of life without having to go to like the showmanship type stuff of getting a Lambo. You can get a Lambo if you want, if you can afford it. Don't finance shit. I mean, what I would say is, I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want, but what I would say is, like, when you come upon money, like, just avoid debt unless it's a really smart decision to get into debt, but don't do stupid shit. There are a lot of people in this world that look rich because they have the vehicles, they have the houses, they look rich, but guess what? They're up to their eyeballs in debt. Like they're broke, but they look rich because they've got the flashy things, right? They look rich. So do you want to look rich, or do you want to actually be rich? Because those are two very different things. And if you make a lot of money and you invest it well, and you put it into things and experiences that are good and beneficial in the long run, well, that's like wealth. That's wealth. That's not just riches, that's wealth. Rich is when you look like you have money. Wealth is when you actually have it and can sustain your lifestyle for the rest of your life. That's what you want. That's what my goal is. It's like I want to be able to sustain my lifestyle and what I want for my lifestyle for the rest of my life. And but I could look rich if I wanted to. And aside from like the house obviously looks, yeah, that looks rich. But if somebody were to see me on the street driving in my Jeep, I don't stand out. Like I don't stand out. I don't give a shit about that. It doesn't matter to me. So you just got to think about what is important to you. There's nothing wrong with looking flashy. But there is something called, what's it called now? I gotta think about this. It's like, there's a term for it, and it was actually brought up on Discord too recently. It's when it's kind of dressing down, so people don't really suspect that you're wealthy. Because sometimes it's not a good idea to stand out, and to look like you have a lot of money can get you in a bad spot in some places. Like if you're looking around, driving around town, driving a Lamborghini, and you're dressed to the nines, well, I mean, maybe you could get like carjacked or robbed or stuff like that. So what is the name for this? It's, what is it? It's like silent luxury, or I think that's the term. It's something like that. I forget the name now that I'm talking about this stuff, but something to think about. But again, you could, whatever you're into, whatever you want, just be you, right? And there's a saying too that money doesn't change you. It just makes you more of who you are. It's an amplifier. So it makes you more of who you already are. So like if you don't have a whole lot of money right now, but you like shoes, well, chances are if you have a lot of money, you're gonna have a lot of shoes, right? If you're a nice person now without a whole lot of money, you're gonna be a nice person with a lot of money. If you're an asshole now with hardly any money, you're gonna be a big asshole with a lot of money. That's just the way things go. Money doesn't change you. It is an amplifier. It just makes you more of who you already are. So keep that in mind. So who are you? Like, who are you is important before you come into money. And this gets also to good money habits. Like having good money habits, practicing good money habits with saving, investing, all that kind of stuff, is important, because the more money you get, like you don't want to have mistakes in the way you manage money when you have a little bit of money. Otherwise, you could be making big mistakes when you have a lot of money. Again, money doesn't change you, it just amplifies you. Okay, so practice good money habits as best you can. A bunch of good resources if you have issues with this on YouTube, online, all that kind of stuff in relation to good money habits. So think about that, but definitely some things to think about. Like I want you guys to think about this stuff, process this stuff before we get into the bull run. Because if things go well, like I think and hope they are going to be for us, well, we could all end up with a ton of money. And I want you to be in the best possible situation. I don't want to hear from you on Discord 2 years from now and have you say something like you lost everything because you took all your winnings to the casino. For example, that's not a good idea in my opinion. I don't want to hear stories of that kind of stuff. I want to hear like stories of like how it's changed your life for the better, just phenomenally, like how your life has improved in so many ways by paying off debt, getting a better car, maybe moving to a new house, all that kind of stuff. I want to hear that kind of stuff on Discord. And if you're not a member of Discord, join the community. Click the link in the pinned comment below to get to Discord. You're definitely going to want to be there for the bull run, where we're sharing information, sharing stories, sharing strategies, all that kind of stuff. Definitely do that. And we've got like a channel dedicated to tax strategies, which obviously isn't tax advice, it's just our opinions on things. But we got people from all around the world that chime in and talk about this kind of stuff. So definitely become a part of the community, join Discord by clicking the link below. And I'm so excited for so many of you. I've gotten comments in YouTube videos and messages in Discord over the past couple months where it's like there are a lot of people that I know are just going to have an immensely better life because of their investments in Greyscale, because of what Greyscale can do. And I'm really excited to hear like what the outcome is and what people are doing with their life, what they're doing with their money, what they're doing with their investments after the fact. But it's important, like I said, to take some time now to really think about what it is that you're gonna do, how you're gonna spend the money, how you're gonna allocate it. Because if you don't do the work now, you're more than likely gonna make rash decisions that are not that good and that are not the best decision for you. So there are a lot of planes flying overhead today. So it's like, this isn't usually the case, but today that is the case. So anyway, so that's it's just important. Like if you go through all the work of investing and making a ton of money, you don't want to blow it. You don't want to blow it. You don't want to screw yourself over. You don't want to end up like the guys and the ladies that win the lotto, or that become a megastar. They're a big time actor, or musician, or athlete, and then they end up having to file for bankruptcy because they didn't manage their money well. They threw a bunch of parties and shit, drove around in flashy cars, did a bunch of like high-end stuff that they couldn't afford, the money couldn't actually support, and they had to file for bankruptcy. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. I have said this, like, that I think this bull run might be the last great bull run, because I don't know that we'll get opportunities like we have this time next cycle. The returns that we get next cycle could be smaller. Like we could be talking about 20x returns. And I'm gonna assume that we just get, like going into investing in the crypto winter, I'm gonna be like very conservative and think like maybe I can only get a 10x return, versus like a 50x return this time around. So I view it as like this cycle is the opportunity. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity from my perspective to escalate your wealth a lot. And then after you've gotten a lot of wealth, to manage that shit, protect it, invest wisely so that you can only have to achieve a 10x return potentially in the next bull run. And that will support you, and that will continue to grow your wealth, and that you'll be able to maintain your lifestyle and enhance it even more. But you can't assume that next bull run we're gonna get a 50x return. Like I said, this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity. That's how I look at it. I'm like, I got one shot, and one fucking shot to make this thing happen. And I think you have to view what we're facing as a once in a lifetime opportunity. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we get amazing opportunities like this next cycle, but there is no guarantee in life that this is gonna happen, okay? There's no guarantee. So with that in mind, you definitely do not want to blow all your money on stupid ass shit after you profit from this cycle. I mean, obviously you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but my advice to you is not to blow all your shit on stupid ass things, okay? So don't do that. Be wise in your decisions. Start to think about it now. Right, start to think about it now. Like I said, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. We're hitting 18 minutes almost. But start to think about how you can allocate your money. I would save some for the next crypto bull winter, or crypto bear market, crypto winter, right? So you can get into the next bull market at really good prices. I would allocate some money for that. I would allocate some money for doing some really fun stuff, nice stuff for you to celebrate your winnings, whether that's a whole bunch of new clothes, new shoes, a new car, a new house, paying off debt, whatever it is. Whatever you do, it depends on how much you invested, right? And how much your profits are. That will determine like what you can do. And then leave some also for other investments, like dividend ETFs and stocks, index funds, whatever else it is that you want to invest in. Leave that. But start to think about it now, so that when you come into money, and potentially a lot of money, do you have an action plan? Like this morning and last night, I put out the videos where there's the potential, not a guarantee, but a potential that if we rotate between LTCN, GXLM, and the later phase trust, that we can achieve potentially a 1,000x all the way up to maybe a 4,000x return on our investment. And that's a lot of money. That's a huge return. So people who follow that path, if that's available to us, have the opportunity to make a ton of money. So you got to think about this kind of stuff, pre-plan it, what you're going to do, so you're not in a bad spot when you do come upon a bunch of money. And obviously we don't know exactly what our returns and our profits are going to be and all that kind of stuff, but you can probably kind of spitball it and figure out like what it is that you want to do with your money, how you want to spend it, how you want to allocate it. But definitely think about those things. Again, the stuff I've said is just like my advice, which isn't financial advice, you can do whatever the hell you want, but it's like, if I were to have friendly advice for somebody, it's like I would tell them that, like, do something nice for yourself, you know, whatever that means. Reserve some for investing into the next crypto market, and also invest into other things like index funds, growth stocks, stuff like that. And if you want suggestions on this stuff, have questions about this stuff, join Discord by clicking the link in the pinned comment below, and join us during the conversation about all this kind of stuff. So stealth wealth is the name of, that is the phrase for when you do not look rich, but you are rich. Stealth wealth. That's it. This is stealth wealth. Like this t-shirt right here. Although this isn't as flashy as like some of the stealth wealth, but people, if they saw me on the street, they would not think that I'm a multimillionaire. And it's like, if I become a billionaire, it's like they would never think that I'm a billionaire. They, in their minds, they picture billionaires having like a chauffeur drive them around in a, you know, in a limo. And I never want that. That's not me. It's not my style. I never want that. I could, I suppose, if I wanted that, but I don't want that. So they would never view me as that, because everybody has in their mind this preconception of what a billionaire looks like, or what somebody who's a multimillionaire looks like, or what they dress like, or what they drive around in, and all that kind of stuff. You can be whoever the hell you want when you have money. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't need to impress anybody. If you want to impress people, you can, but you don't need to impress anybody. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, what anybody thinks about you, it doesn't fucking matter. Money and real wealth speaks for itself. You can do whatever the hell you want. You have freedom in your life, and that's the biggest thing that money can give you, is freedom. And that's the message. Like, money can give you freedom. So don't fuck up your money. Don't lose it. Use it wisely. Spend it wisely. Allocate it. Plan for the future so you don't make mistakes. Make small mistakes now so you can learn, so that you don't make big mistakes in the future. Because, as I've said, money is an amplifier. It makes you more of who you already are. And if you're making mistakes with a little bit of money, you will make big mistakes with a lot of money. So you got to do things as good as you can. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has regrets. Understand that. But just some guidance that hopefully is helpful to you guys. I wish you guys all the best. I think we're gonna have a phenomenal bull run. I'm so excited. I can't wait. It's like so hard to wait. You know, we got 9+ months here to wait before things probably start to rocket, and it's a long time. But honestly, it's good, because it gives more people time to get invested more if they want to, and to get more people on board into these funds, and it can change their lives too, and that's really good. So, you know, I guess I don't mind waiting, and it's gonna be a lot of work to prepare for the process of selling off crypto and trying to plan how to rotate between different funds and all that kind of stuff, if that's what you want to do, like what I've talked about. But definitely exciting times ahead. All right, that's it for now. Hope you guys are doing well. Hello from partly sunny Florida. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. I will see you guys soon later this week. Until then, you guys take care.